Hey everyone! I just finished recording the Michael Esposito Show podcast, and I am so inspired by my guests. But first, make sure you go to my website, michaelespositoinc.com, and go to the podcast page, download one of the episodes today. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like my video. It helps me put out great content for you. I am so inspired by my guests because they are just amazing people who go out and go after their dreams. So I'm gonna name two in particular to you. One of them is Frances Simowitz. She's the CEO of Numa NYC, which is this awesome accelerator program in New York. But it originated in Paris, and here's what's so inspiring about her story. As the CEO of Numa NYC, she gets to see everything that's happening and work with her team and have some really great opportunities. And one of the opportunities that came to her plate last year was to purchase Numa NYC. So in that 1 year's time, she's talked to all of her friends and her circles of influences and all these different people and thinking, is this a good idea? Is this a good idea? And they all said, yes, 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 it's a great idea. And so she finally pulled the trigger to purchase Numa NYC, and everybody said, you waited so long, why didn't you do it yesterday? But it's so inspiring to see somebody go through that transition and to pivot from being an employee and a CEO and just an amazing leader, and then go off and own their own business. I'm also inspired by people that start their own thing from scratch. And so I just had this great guest. His name is Matt Alfonso, and he just started his own business, Matt Alfonso LLC, which is a leadership and executive coaching business. Matt is a basketball coach, and he's a coach over at Bard College and does really well over there. He loves Bard College and he loves his athletes. But Matt really wanted to make a difference in this world and do his own thing. He decided to take all those years of training and learning how to coach individuals on an athletic level and pivot it into coaching business leaders on a professional level. And he started his own business coaching program. The reason why I'm so inspired by these people is because I've always wanted to start my own thing. And yeah, on Michael Esposito Inc., this is my own thing, right? But I still am, or was, an employee of a company. In a little while, I think you're gonna find out what I'm doing today and why these people have inspired me to go forward on my journey in the entrepreneurial world. But first, I made a shake this morning and I'm starving to have it. All right, while we're on this topic of pivoting, maybe we should go out for lunch. Let's do that. I'm thinking we should invite Katie to lunch today. Let's see if she's available.
Hello?
Hey, Katie.
Hey, Michael, what's up?
Not much. I was just gonna go home for a shake for lunch, and then I thought, why not do a big pivot, since I got a big pivot to share with you, and grab lunch. Would you like to join?
Yeah, sounds great. I can't wait to hear what this pivot is.
Yeah, I can't wait to share with you. I think you're gonna be really excited. So do you wanna meet me over at Sugar and Spice in Poughkeepsie?
Sure, yeah, I'll see you there in a little bit.
Cool, see you in a bit, bye. She has no clue what I'm about to tell her. Pivoting and changing direction, it's not something that's easy for anyone. I don't think there's any biography that I've ever read or heard of that a person said, yeah, it was just so easy to just stop what I was doing for most of my life and just start this whole new venture. We always hear the word pivot, and it definitely has turned into like corporate jargon of some sort, but there is meaning behind the word pivot. It's not about just stopping what you're doing and completely changing course in terms of like you just forget about your past and just start this whole new venture. It's about taking everything that you've learned in all that time and changing course and not turning your back to it, but bringing it with you. And I think a lot of times the reason why people don't make changes or don't pivot, it's because they think that they have to turn their back to their experiences. They have to just forget about everything that they just worked so hard on doing or being, and they have to become this whole new different person. I didn't mean to answer that. Hi, Mama.
Hi, I'm calling to talk to the CEO of Michael Esposito Inc.
Well, you've reached his answering service. How can he help you? Mama, why do you think it's hard for people to change direction, to change course in their lives?
Because it's very hard to let go, to go into the unknown. Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Into the unknown. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You don't know what is out there, and you don't want to let go of what you already know.
Well, there you are. There's an Esposito exclusive. You heard it from my mother's mouth. Merci, Mama. I'll call you back. I know you're camera shy. Don't worry, nobody can see your face.
Okay, good.
Okay, love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. So just going back to my point about, I think that what happens is that we think that we're turning our back to what we've already known, like my mother just said about being in your comfort zone and going into this unknown. And so that's not true. Everything, every experience, everything that you've done up until this point is what's leading you to where you're going and going into this new venture or this new idea. So going into the unknown, I think that's another really big reason as to why people don't take chances or take risks or pivot, is because they're afraid of what's to come or what's next. And honestly, I'm more afraid of knowing that every day is going to be Groundhog Day than I am to know that tomorrow is going to be different.
I'm reliving the same day over and over.
I think it's great. It's the variety of life. It's why we have 4 seasons. It's why some days it rains and that rain is beautiful, and it's why some days are sunny and that sun is beautiful. But then too much of the same thing, too much water can kill a plant. If we just look at our life and go, all right, I'm doing this one thing that I'm really comfortable in, but it doesn't satisfy me, it doesn't make me super happy, but this other thing would make me super excited, would make me super happy, but I'm really afraid of it. I'm really afraid of the outcome of what could happen. That's almost a good thing. That's like a sign of you should go after it. Because if you're really comfortable, then you're not living. You're here to live. You're here to feel the joys of life. You're here to feel the sadness of what's to come if you fail. And you're here to learn from those experiences and then become successful and succeed. So I didn't tell you what was going on quite yet. But big changes in the Michael world. I decided to put in my resignation with USI.
You did.
I did. I did that as of the 8th. Well, I did it. Felt a little strange. Still feels a little strange. But I guess when you know what you want, you just do what you got to do.
So are you still working there? Do you have like a time span that you're still there but then leaving? Or because I know that you've been talking about this for a really long time. So I'm like so excited.
In the sales world, it's like you put in your resignation and you're gone.
Oh.
So that was it.
Okay.
There was no 2 weeks. It was kind of like, we appreciate your time here and you're out.
Well,
what was really cool though was I got to keep my monitors.
You got to keep your monitors.
So that was like a $400 bonus when I left. So
There you
that's
go.
great.
Yeah.
I just had a conversation with my manager and just told him it's not the right fit for me. And I'm going to be moving on and pursuing new things. Part of it is because Michael Esposito Inc., the YouTube videos, the podcast, everything I'm doing with the public speaking workshops has been gaining momentum. And I felt like the time is right there to continue the growth there and to be able to expand what I'm doing there. But then I also have this vision of this like amazing insurance company that I want to start. And while I'm not prepared to share everything in this video of like what's to come there, I would just say that that's part of the reason is I've been working really hard on this for the past couple of years. It's why I got into insurance, because I wanted to learn about the business. I wanted to learn about the industry. And so I want to take my shot at it.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. I need you.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I need you. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
If you're afraid to pivot, if you're afraid to make a big change right now, just think about, am I comfortable in what I'm doing? Am I really happy in what I'm doing? Or is there something that I really want to go after and do? And if there is, then go after it. And it's okay if you don't do well. Just try. When you fail, there'll be plenty of people around you to pick you up and help you. I'm one of those people that'll be happy to help you. So go after it. So you heard the big news. I quit my job and I'm starting a whole new journey as an entrepreneur. Michael Esposito Inc., where I do my videos and my podcasts, are still going to be happening, and my public speaking workshops, but I'm also going to be launching an insurance company, which is wild and crazy. No path begins without a little bit of planning. Luckily for you, I have to stop by the UPS store, so I thought this would be a really great visual for everyone to get, that I have to do a little planning right now of getting all this stuff that I have to return and ship it out back to Amazon. Bought a couple things I don't need, a little too many. Some shark fin bathing suit, not my style. That's just part of life, right? You gotta try things, and shark fin bathing suit and try it on and see if it works, and if it doesn't work, send it back. Kind of like our journey in life. So you gotta plan for what's to come. If you don't plan for what you wanna do or strategize for what you wanna do, it's gonna be really hard to pivot. Let's go ship these boxes. What I shared with Katie over lunch is that I work with a business coach, and her name's Merritt Minnemeyer, Master of One Coaching. And a lot of the stuff that we work on together is we're talking about planning for success, planning for the future, planning for what that change is. And what does that planning incorporate? You need to figure out what your priorities are. What do you want in life? What do you want the outcome to be? Have a clear vision of all of it and write it all out. I've talked about this in previous videos about writing out your goals. So it's very similar to that of, if you're looking to make a change in your life, then goals are great, but now you need a roadmap. And what does that roadmap look like? What's your day one plan? What's your first month plan? What's your 3 months, 6 months, year, 10-year? And if you have a hard time being able to figure out like, what does day one look like, or what does the first year look like? A strategy that was shared with me from one of my partners, Ron, is to work your way back. I have a huge vision for my company, and so what I'm doing is taking that vision, writing it all out, and then kind of peeling it back in a way of, what do I need today? What action steps do I need to take? So the first action step I needed to take in order for me to see my vision through was to quit my job. But it wasn't to just quit my job, because I think that sometimes we think, oh, well, I'll just quit. But leading up to me leaving my job, I've been planning, I've been thinking about it, I've been researching what is it that I want to do, how do I want to go about doing it. I've been interviewing different partners, and I'm calling them partners, they're people that I'm working with, of who's going to help me, who's going to be part of my team, who's going to strengthen my vision, who's going to add value to my vision. And when I say interviewing, I mean just having conversations with people. Just learning about their business, learning about what they do, what makes them successful, what they like, what their whole like ethic structure or moral structure is, and understanding whether I'd be able to jive with them. Meeting with those people on a regular basis while I was at my job and speaking about my vision with them and breaking it down with them is part of the planning process that led me to be able to plan out my vision for the future of what I want to accomplish, and then make the leap, make the pivot that we're talking about in this video of quitting my job. So all of that had to be in line. Another thing that I mentioned to Katie over lunch was like, by going through my coaching meetings with Merritt, we had to come up with a clear plan of what day one looked like. Because my biggest concern of leaving the job is, what does day one look like, and the anxiety and stresses that come in with this new venture, this new journey that you're on. But if you plan what that day looks like, if you plan what that week looks like, it's gonna make it, I wouldn't say easier, but it's gonna make it flow a lot better. I made sure to plan a lot of meetings that were productive for what I want to accomplish. I made sure to have some people on my calendar that I'd be able to just speak with and share with them what I just did. And that made my very first day of leaving USI and starting this new journey a lot easier, a lot smoother. If you're planning on making a big change, first of all, I would love to hear about what that change is. And even if you want to keep it under wraps, you could certainly DM me, and I'd love to have a phone call with you if you want. But put it in the comments. Are you making a big change today? Make sure you leave that in the comments. So what's to come? Like, what am I going to do next? Right now, I'm going to continue doing my podcast like I've always done. It's something that I think is just an amazing piece of content that I'm able to share with all of you. My guests come in with years of experience, and they're bringing in their experience of before they were entrepreneurs, or their entrepreneurial journey, or where they are in the corporate world and how they climb the corporate ladder. And these are different CEOs and C-suite executives and entrepreneurs that come in and share their story. And they don't do it for me, they do it for you. They do it to inspire you and to motivate you and to educate you and to help you. And that's why I do the show, is I bring these people on to share their knowledge with you. So I love doing my podcast. I'm going to continue to do that. So definitely check it out, Michael Esposito Inc. /podcast. They're all there. It's all on the iHeartMedia platform as well if you want to download them. I'm going to continue doing these videos. I love doing my public speaking workshops where I'm helping different teams of professionals improve their presentation skills, improve their public speaking skills, and then on a one-to-one level, helping them overcome their limiting beliefs, helping them gain the confidence to get in front of an audience and give a presentation, or even just give a speech at a party or at a welcoming event or a ribbon cutting event. On the other end, I'm also looking to launch an insurance company, which is something I've always wanted to do, to run a company where I'm going to impact other people's lives and the future. When you look at insurance as an industry, we as a whole, we need insurance because of everything of owning a business, owning a car, a house, our life insurance. It all helps protect everything we love and care about and work so hard for. So I'm able to give that back. And then part of what I want to do with my insurance company is really change the insurance industry to make it better for you, to make it better for my clients to use insurance. So stay tuned for all of that. I'm really excited about the journey ahead of me, and I'm really excited to hear about your journey. So please do leave it in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video and to my channel. And as always, everyone, stay happy and stay healthy and go after your dreams. Bye.